Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakakwadash. Double blessing and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Back with another lesson through the spirit, man. Just wanted to go over this video I seen on Twitter. So we'll go ahead and play that. Pull out some scriptures through the spirit. And Lord willing to be edifying to those out there listening and watching. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here it is. You have robots that are able to move as humans, man. And the advancement of this technology, is completely increasing, right? And this isn't even like I've seen robots that have done far more that look different. Because you have different companies who are developing these robots and these AIs and whatnot. This is the technology of the future, man. Okay? These are the things, right, that they're going to be using. If you ever seen iRobot, which is a movie that I recently watched, either this past year or this year, I can't remember off the top of my head, but you had Will Smith, and they was living in a time period where there was just robots roaming around in their everyday life. You had humans, but then you had just as many robots. And you have people who, well, the common folk, they trusted these robots, right? They see it as a good thing, that they can't do nothing wrong. They're showing these things to you in a good light, right? As a way to market them. We know that a lot of people, some of the rich, will purchase something like this, right? But in that movie, everybody had them. And once they started rolling out the new editions of the robots, they seen that there was flaws in them. They would malfunction. They'll turn into these like killer modes. They would lock down. They wouldn't let you leave your house. All these other things. And this other robot movies that they have, AI movies that they've released recently, as well as episodes on TV, where it's more so they're using them in a sex manner, right? In an actual manner. But through all of this, these are the same things. These AI robots, as well as the robot dogs, those are going to be the same things those are like those are gonna be the new military, right? They'll use those motherfuckers on you. Whether it be for torture, whether it be for martial law, they're using motherfuckers on you. And they got them for you, Jake. They have those things. They have these things for, like, for instance, I'm pretty sure my school, either in high school or in university, I can't remember, they had a robot dog, and they use it for like robotics and stuff like that, right? Not realizing, yeah, it looks something like this. You use it for
A pleasure to meet you, Matt
now.
and Vacha. Shall we commence our journey? The charging stations where Spot robots rest and recharge is our first point of interest.
What's gonna happen when the motherfuckers turn on you? Okay, robot dog armies, right? That's the main focus. And this is why I find it funny when people say, oh, there isn't going to be anything worse than Jacob's Trouble. Or Salaki not worse than Jacob's Trouble. Jacob's Trouble, how could there be anything that is worse than, and this is the movie I was talking about, how could there be anything worse than slavery and whatnot when you have shit like this, right? Robot armies, robot dogs. They didn't have nothing like that during slavery. So my question to you is what are you gonna do when you try and shoot something like this and it shoots you back with this little thing on the top, right? This little cannon on the top. What are you gonna do, Jake? When you shoot it with your 9mm and nothing happens to it. It just sits there and it obliterates your ass. Are you gonna still be saying that there's not gonna be nothing worse and Jacob's Trouble is this or that, and there's not gonna be nothing worse than slavery? Are you gonna be saying that shit? Nah, that's my question. I want to get this first. It's Daniel 12:3, I believe. Daniel 12:4. This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Right? And I find it funny. Like, let me see if I can find it. When you see those memes. Nah. It'll be a meme. I just have to explain it to you all because I can't think of the right words to look it up. But it'll be a meme where it'll be like, back in the day, like in the ancient days, we were on horse and carriage. Then in the late 1800s, we were still on horse and carriage. And then within the last 100 to 200 years, we have fucking fighter jets and airplanes and stuff like that and helicopters and all of that type of stuff, right? The fact that we went from that to that in only like the span of a few hundred years, okay? And that's the point, man. Knowledge shall be increased, right? here it is. Like I said, man, you have literal robots, AIs, roaming the earth for your ass, Jake. That's what they really got it for, right? To set up their armies, man. So let's get 12 and 1. And I go to Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. Right? And we're at this point, man, we're just counting the days down to Jacob's trouble, man. We really, as brothers in the truth, we're ready for it to go down. We're patiently waiting for shit to pop off, man. Right? And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right? So it's going to be a time like it was never seen since there was a nation or people on earth. And it's things like this, like I said, Jake, you say that there's not going to be a time like that. There was nothing worse than slavery. Nigga, did they have robots in slavery? They had all these different types of weapons and whatnot in slavery, man. All these different devices. They did not have none of that shit in slavery. So for you to say that is comical, in my opinion. All right. Let's go to Matthew 24 and 20. This is Matthew 24 and 20. It's lucky. Let's start at verse 15. It's perilous times. Verse 15, Matthew 24 and 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Meaning, actually, let me just read this and then I'll explain it. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, right? So basically what Yahushua is saying is when these times come, man, and the elder brother Arad Gabor said this at one of our camps, right? You have to be willing to flee, man. You have to be willing to drop everything and be okay with it and just go. So Yahushua, when he says, let him which is on the housetop not come down and take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. Meaning, man, wherever you are, you better not try and go back and go grab something, man. You better just flee and get gone, man. Right? If you have a bug out bag, a motherfucker in the house, but your ass is in the backyard, you better run, motherfucker. Don't go back in there for that bag. You better leave. Shit. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And we haven't went through that time yet, man. That time being Jacob's trouble. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, right? So if the days weren't shortened, man, there would be no survivors, okay? And that's why Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is going to shorten those days. For those people who say that the Lord is not merciful. This is Jeremiah 30, verse 6. And let's start at verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, said Yahweh of hosts, I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve Yahweh the Most High Power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. All right. So, like I said, man, it's going to be a time of trouble which was never seen since there was a time, or since there was a nation on earth. You have things like this coming out, but then you have people saying, oh, Jacob's trouble was this, Jacob's trouble was that. Well, there's not going to be no Jacob's trouble. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. This is Second Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. We can start at verse 10. To whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgave anything, to whom I forgave it. For your sakes forgave I it in the person of Mashiach, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Furthermore, when I came to Troas to preach Hamashiach's gospel, and a door was opened unto me of the Lord, I had no rest in my heart and my spirit, because I found not Titus my brother, but taking my leave of them, I went from thence into Macedonia. I want to get that word device, right? A mental perception of thought and evil purpose, that which thinks the mind, thoughts or purposes, right? So you can Google this, right? Let the record show that Elon Musk said this himself, right? It's a lot. That these people were summoning demons with the AI, with the use of the AI, right? That goes in hand with those robots, correct? It's being shown for a good purpose, but really it's going to be used for an evil purpose, right? Let me get Psalm 10 and 2, and I'll get This is Psalm 10 and 1. Why standest thou far off? O Yahweh, why hidest thou thyself in time of trouble? And that's how you know what I'm saying, that we are the chosen, we are the true people of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? Because only Jake will ask a question like this. And we've seen it happen multiple times. What was the Lord at during slavery? Da 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 da. Right? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth, man. Right? Let me get that word. To spurn, contemn, despise, abhor, to spurn, contemn, to spurn, to cause to contempt, to spurn, to be contemned. Right? To despise. So Esau, has always, thought of wicked devices, and they've made them wicked devices come true, right? It'd be something they thought of, they brought it to life, right? They're good at these things, man. They're known for the use of technology and whatnot. You get Revelation 12 and 12 and then wrap this up. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, man. Yeah, Esau Edom knows that they have to speed up their agenda and whatnot, their process, whatever you want to call it, because they know that their time is running out, man, ultimately. The Lord does not move on their time clock. And they're going to have to continue to roll these things out sooner and sooner, man. So just stay aware and keep your eyes open, man. Pay attention to these signs. And Lord willing, we got her. So close it off there. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Harokakodash. Double blessing and honor to your apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom.